This is my favorite whip. I've made a lot of whips in my day, but this whip is unbelievable. Seriously. I'll explain. This is a 8-foot bullwhip. They're all bullwhips, American style bullwhips, right? It does not have a transition knot. Neither does this one. Right there, see? A lot of whips never came with transition knots. The only reason that people put transition knots on their whips, see, that's because I just glue on a foundation. This is not woven into the whip, it's just glued on. Well, the foundation's glued on and then I weave over the foundation. Anyways, these are put on here because of this. See how that's kind of sloppy? And you can't really go around it unless you're like a master platter like the Whip Man or Mike Murphy. These knots are put on the whip to cover, they're like cover knots, to cover any form of plaiting that didn't go their way. And it normally is a transitional thing. See how this is triple diamond and then it turns into single diamond right there on the transition? By the way, single diamond is the strongest plait that I feel can be used. That's why I use it in the transition, because this is where all your power hits your whip. And then the end of it, right here, this is where a lot of the damage happens. Anyways, cover knots are put on whips, but they're not necessary. These are the only necessary knots for a whip, because when you're swinging a whip, right, you've got to have something to stop it. That's why these two fingers there are important. Good grip. These two fingers go there, and then your targeter goes down the mast. I'll tell you what, man, I'm a big fan of this no not being there kind of thing. I know it's kind of weird, but there it is. Anyways, let me unwind this for you. This 8-foot whip has a 3-foot fall on it. The fall is the piece of paracord or leather, depending on what you're swinging, that comes off of the transition or the hitch. That's what this is right here, the end of the whip. This fall is where the cracker is tied, or aka the popper, right? There's the popper. There's my pop. Oh, such a pretty clip. Anyways, this whip is gorgeous, and I'll tell you why. Look at the taper on it. Look at it. It just diminishes down to nothing. Look at that. I said look at it. It's amazing. It's a really, really good whip. I've taken my photos of it, but I'm just trying to show you that it is absolutely gorgeous. Let me tell you about this whip. This whip has 2 bellies, right? The 2 bellies were made properly. One's 4 foot, one's 6 foot, and then the overlay is 8 foot, which means it tapers down properly. I could show it to you right there. Bam. There's the 4-foot mark. Actually, it's there. Moving along. Boom. The 6-foot mark. And then you could see it just tapers down into nothing. And when you've got this much of a difference, right? Look at that. When you've got that much of a difference from the starting point to the ending point, you're just going to get some really, really nice momentum. This whip with the heel knot, and this is the best heel knot I've ever made. I tried a different method on creating this heel knot, and it turned out wonderfully. I call this ball style. This heel knot rolls in my hand, so when I go to swing the whip, I don't let it go, but when I backswing it, and I let go of it a little bit just to stretch my hand out a little bit, sorry, in frame, just to stretch my hand out a little bit, I know where that whip is at all times, because it just feels so nice right there. I know where everything is. Look at that. Boom, 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 right there, all day long. And I love target practice with this whip. I've been doing a new trick where I take the top off a Mountain Dew bottle, right? Which is the same size as this bit of your thumb. Look at that. Same size as your thumb, right? Just the last bit of your thumb. And you can't tell in the videos that I'm doing it with, but I'm hitting it with a cracker. That is, dude, that's 11 feet away. Because this is 8 feet, and then the fall is 3 feet long. Just shy of 3 feet. So 11 feet away, I'm able to hit that with that. Not a little knot. Hit that. I don't even stand them up. I would have hit it on its side. So it's only like that big. Anyways, it's a lot of fun, and it's I want to create a Guinness record. How many bottle caps can I knock off of one post from 11 feet away in a minute? So that's one of my goals.